very short punching motion. Then all we're doing is we're blocking that ball back to the deep part of the court to keep the deep. It's just a simple shot. It's not a big swing. It's just a punching motion. Split step, left foot forward, short. First things first, we want to spend a couple minutes on the grip. The grip is the foundation for every stroke we hit in tennis. The forehand, backhand, our volleys, half volleys, overheads, our serve. If we don't have the proper grip, there's no way we're going to have the consistency, the power, and the control that we want to have. So it's very important that you understand the grips. Throughout my tapes, I'll be talking about the grips and where there are. There's 4 basic grips. I want to talk about those right now. There's 8 sides to every grip, an octagon. We number those this way. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is on the bottom, and then your backhand side has 2, 3, and 4. This helps us understand where we're trying to get to in order to get to the proper grips. The first grip that we have is called the continental grip. This is on number 1, or the V of the hand on platform number 1. This grip is used in the serve, all of your volleys, your half volleys. If we can learn this grip, it will help us tremendously. Years ago, this used to be the grip that they hit all the strokes with, but now we've changed and go with the continental, mainly on your serve, again, your volleys, your half volleys. Anything around the net, your net game will go to a continental grip. Your slice also is from the continental grip. Then we move over to an Eastern forehand grip, which is the V of the hand right here on platform number 2. This is also called the handshake grip. So if you put the racket out and shake its hand, that's the proper grip. Sampras uses this on his strokes. This will give you a nice flat stroke. Sampras hits pretty flat and powerful. I teach the semi-western, which is the V of the hand on platform number 3. So the V of the hand, platform number 3. This actually is one that most people pick up if they've started very young, because they go, the racket's on the ground, they go down, pick it up. That's in the semi-western grip. Agassi hits with the semi-western forehand grip. Great grip. This is the one I particularly teach because you can hit the spin, you can hit the power, and yet you have that control just by generating a little more spin for the room for air. Going over further is called the western forehand grip, which is the V of the hand on platform number 4. You'll notice with this grip, you actually hit on this side of the racket. With this grip, it's extreme, and it puts too much spin on. Mainly it's clay court players that use this grip because they're from the baseline to baseline, they're going extreme topspin. The balls are going real high over the net. I don't particularly like it because I find when you're trying to hit the passing shots, you don't have enough control to keep the ball lower over the net to make the ball dip down. It just gets the ball loopy, too loopy. So I don't particularly like it, but it's important to know this grip. That's this western forehand grip. Then you have the extreme western, which is on platform number 5 on the bottom. Again, it's clear under here. Again, I don't teach that grip. I don't particularly like it. Then what we do is we move over to the backhand side. There's platform number 2 on the backhand side, which is your left side if you're a right-handed player. Number 2, the V of the hand on number 2 is called the Eastern backhand grip, just like number 2 on the front side, or your right side is the Eastern forehand grip. Eastern backhand grip. This helps get the racket. If you're hitting pretty flat, this is a great grip to have on your backhand. I again teach between the Eastern and the semi-Western on the backhand grip, the V of the hand on platform number 2 or 3 to get that racket closed on your backhand so you're able to generate the spin. Very important to understand these grips. Again, going clear over to platform number 4 is the Western backhand grip. Extreme topspin. I don't particularly like it. Again, back to the clay court players. It's not a very diverse grip. You're better off moving to the semi-Western on the forehand, semi-Western on the backhand. You're going to be much more diverse that way. Now, if you're left-handed, it's very important to understand everything is just backwards. You start out platform number 1, continental. Now everything to your dominant hand or your left side is now your forehand side. Platform number 2, Eastern forehand grip. Platform number 3 is the semi-Western forehand grip. You'll hear me talk about this often on your forehand and your backhand. Semi-Western. Western is platform number 4. And then extreme Western is platform number 5. Again, hitting on the back side of the racket. Then we go back around. Eastern backhand grip for a left-hander. Via the hand, platform number 2 on your right side or your non-dominant hand. Platform number 3 is semi-Western backhand grip. Platform number 4 is Western backhand grip. So that you know, as a lefty, you're going to be just the opposite when I talk about the right-handed side and the left-handed side. Now you know the grips. It's very important that you understand these grips and learn them so that you get the racket head in the proper position. Once you do, you'll find the consistency will increase. The ability to hit these shots will increase, and you'll find you're way ahead of your competitors just by learning the proper grips. Hi, I'm James Jensen. Welcome to the Ultimate Volleys and Net Game, part of my Pro Tennis Lessons video series. Today we're filming at the beautiful Rancho San Clemente Tennis and Fitness Club in San Clemente, California. And in today's clinic, we're going to go over the ultimate volley. What is an ultimate volley? Where are you supposed to be on the court? What's the proper grip? What do you do if the ball's low? What do you do if the ball's a little bit higher? How do we get up to the net in a position that we can put the ball away? Maybe you're one of those players that's just scared to be at the net. I see them all the time. And it's not a hard shot. It's a matter of feeling comfortable up there so that you can be aggressive. Go put those balls away when you need to. It's important that you're able to hit a strong volley so that you can become the complete player, not the one that can only hit from the baseline. That if you get drawn into the net, you don't know what to do. You're afraid to be there. So as long as you know how to volley properly, you'll be able to take control of points. I know that the percentages right now, in doubles especially, is the first team to get to the net wins 80% of the points. That's a pretty good percentage. So if you learn to volley, get up to the net, hit the volleys, be able to hit the overheads if the lob comes over, then you're going to be that complete player, one that's not afraid to be at the net. Once you're not afraid, you're confident, you're able to move forward, which is critical on the volleys. So go grab your racket. We'll go from the very beginning. We'll go through proper grips. We'll go through proper footwork. We'll go through how to hit the low volley, the mid-range volley, the high volley, and teach you how to work your way into the net. Feel comfortable starting from the service line or even a little bit further back on your first volley and close on into the net to get to that point that you can put the ball away. It's critical to be able to volley properly. It's not a hard stroke if you learn proper technique. I'll teach you that proper technique so you can gain the confidence, you can gain the control, you can learn how to hit those angles, and you can put the balls away when you get up to the net. Your opponents will fear you when they know that you can put balls away from the baseline, the net, or anywhere on the court. So come with me today and let's do it, step by step. First things first is we have to learn the grip. That's one of the areas I find is the biggest problem with most people is in their grip and in their footwork, but especially in the grip. I look at people hitting with a semi-Western forehand grip, Eastern backhand grips. I see weird things all over here with people trying to hit the ball and hit their volleys properly. If you learn the proper grip, it actually lays the racket in the proper position so that it's easy to hit. Very critical. Learn the grip. The right grip is the continental grip, which is the V of the hand on platform number 1 on our racket surface. Platform number 1. It's the same grip we use on our serve, so it makes an easy transition if you want to serve and volley. Hit your serve, move in, you're already with the proper grip. Plus with the continental, we can actually hit a forehand volley and the backhand volley with the exact same grip. We don't have to change the grip. Oftentimes at the net, the exchanges are very quick. You don't have time to change that grip. Sometimes I'll adjust a little bit if I have some time, but if we have it in that continental grip, we don't have to adjust. We can still control that ball from wherever we're at on the court. Whether it's a high ball, low ball, whatever it is, we can control it with this proper grip. Again, via the hand, platform number 1. Get that proper grip, and the volley itself is a very, very simple stroke. Now, as we transition in from the baseline up to the net, it's very important that we understand what we do with our feet and what we do with our racket, the ready position. And being in proper ready position is critical. As we go either from the serve or a ground stroke, we'll hit what's called an approach shot. After we hit that approach shot, we want to be coming in, or maybe it's even on the return. We're getting ready for that return to come back. We do what's called a split step, okay? You want to make sure that the racket is up and ready as we're ready to split step out in front. It amazes me how often people come into this and their rackets are down. Their rackets are nowhere where they need to be. Maybe they're over on the forehand side or they're hanging over here rather than up in a good ready position. So as we're coming in, we do what's called a split step, which here, boom, split. So the weight's on both feet. At this point, you're able to move quickly to your right and to your left. Doesn't matter where you're at on the court, whether it's back in this area for your first volley. Maybe you serve, the guy's hitting a hard return, your first volley's back here. As soon as they're ready to hit that shot, split step, so you're able to move quickly. At that point, then all you have to do is hit that volley. You're in the proper grip. All you do is here, right foot forward. On the forehand volley, which we're working on now, you're going to get your feet going sideways. So you're here, split step, right foot goes forward, and punch that ball out in front. Very short motion. Critical to understand, the volleys are a very short motion. It's not the long motion that we have on our other shots. It's very, very short. So come in, split step, go hit that volley. When I learned, it helped me to remember that there was a short shot by slapping my front foot down. So it's here, slap that front foot as I was hitting it, because that helped me remember that it's not a long stroke, it's a short punch, nice and short. Maybe 4 inches is all. But going from that ready position is critical. Split stepping is critical. If you're agile enough, you don't have to split step. You can actually do what's called a run-through step, which is here. You kind of run through your volleys, but you have to be agile. You have to be really, really quick. I prefer the split step if you have time. So work on the split step. I don't care where you're at. Work on the split step to work your way into the net. So you're here. First volley can be clear back here. Most of your first volleys are going to be somewhere around the service line. But it doesn't matter where you're at as long as you understand what you're trying to do. Good footwork, a proper grip are going to make the volleys so much easier to hit. So again, work on that footwork. Maybe on the return, maybe come in and after serve. As soon as it's getting hit, split step, go do what you need to. Split step, do what you need to. You're in proper position to hit the volley. Footwork on the volleys is almost more important than anywhere else. Now the key point to the split step is making sure that as they're getting ready to hit, we're getting our feet split That's why they call it the split step. Our weight is still starting to go forward. We're trying to move in closer to the net, but we're up on our toes. The racket's up in that ready position. Our weight is in a good balance. Our weight is low so that we can quickly move to the right, quickly move to the left. We can do exactly what we want. It's a great position to be, to continue into the net and be ready to hit whatever comes at us. Whether it's a half volley, a nice high forehand volley, backhand volley, whatever it might be, as long as we split step every time it's getting ready to hit, we split step, we go make that next shot. We work in a little bit closer, getting ready to hit it, split step, hit that next shot. We don't have to be one shot and up to the top of the net. We can work our way in as we move forward. We continue to cut the court off and make it smaller as we move forward. But that split step is critical from wherever you're at to be able to be in a great balanced position and ready to hit whatever we need to hit. The forehand volley, the backhand volley, whatever we need to hit. We're in the overhead, whatever we need. We're in a great position to drop, hit the overhead, move forward, hit the backhand volley, move forward, hit the forehand volley. We're in a great position from the split step. Learn the split step, and I promise you'll find great success because you'll be balanced, you'll be ready for that next shot, and you'll be in a great position to continue to move forward and attack that ball out in front, as long as we're in good position with our feet. Footwork is critical. So the next step after we've learned the split step is understanding what we want to do with our feet. The feet are critical to get our hips turned and in the right position to hit the proper volley. After we go to the split step, say it's coming to my forehand side, so we want to work on the forehand volley first. I'm going to take my left foot forward, racket faces out in front, and I'm going to punch. But the feet are in a good position. As you notice, my weight is moving forward. It's onto my left foot. My right foot is back behind. So now I've caught myself from that split step into a nice balanced position to catch that ball out in front and hit the proper volley. Then I can continue on into the net. What do I want to do from this distance with the forehand volley? From the service line, what I'm trying to do is push back deep. Doubles, I'm pushing back deep cross court. Singles, I'm pushing back deep down the line so that I can continue on into the net to get in a better position to have a volley that I can put away. I don't try to put this volley away. Too many people do. But the feet are critical. Split step, out in front, and punch that ball. Get the feet in proper position, and it'll make the rest of the forehand volley simple because everything else is where it's supposed to be in a nice line. So again, one more time. From the split step, we come, we split step, we move forward and punch, okay? Forward and punch. Then what do we do from this point to get back in position? It's very quick. It's here, split step, and right back into that nice split step. So we're again balanced and ready for whatever comes, continuing to move into the net. So again, one more time, the footwork. As we're moving in, they get ready to hit the ball. We split step, we move forward, hit that volley, and continue back into that split step, continuing to move forward. Learn that. Your footwork's in proper position. Get your hips in proper position. And it's easy to hit the volley. The volley is a simple stroke. Now this is the footwork on our forehand volley. After we've learned that split step, we go here, split step, then we go left foot forward and catch that ball out in front. Again, notice my weight is onto my front foot. I'm moving forward to that ball. Hitting the proper volley is a very aggressive motion. Too many people get into this position, they get to that ball and their weight drops to the back foot. The ball goes flying just because they're afraid to move forward. Footwork gets us in the proper position by getting our hips in the right position and gets us in a place where we can attack that ball out in front. So that ball doesn't get on us too quickly. So if we go from a good split step, left foot forward, we're in the right position to hit a nice, easy forehand volley. Now, footwork for the backhand volley is very similar. We go from that nice split step, now right foot forward out in front. Notice again, my weight is onto my front foot. My knees are down. We actually have to bend our knees even more if the ball is lower. It's because we've got to go down to that ball and get it. But as long as we're in the proper position, then we just have to bend our knees. It's not that difficult. Again, from the split step, we split step, rotate, right foot forward, catch that ball out in front for the backhand volley. Critical to go from that good balanced split step to a forehand volley with our left foot forward, right foot forward on our backhand volley. Very simple, but it's one thing that I see people constantly hitting wrong. I'm constantly seeing them go with a right foot forward on a forehand volley and a left foot forward on a backhand volley. As you notice, it gets your whole body out of whack. With the right foot forward on the backhand volley and left foot forward on the forehand volley, it gets our hips in proper position and it allows us to catch that ball out in front. That's critical. Footwork on your volleys is more important than probably anywhere else because we've got to be in proper position in order to stay controlled and stay aggressive. As we're moving forward, we're getting less and less room for error because we're getting closer to the net. We have shorter distance to hit. We want to keep that ball under control. Footwork will get us into that proper position to keep the ball under control, yet be aggressive. I like to use the term controlled aggression. Get up there, be aggressive, but be under control. By being under control, it's easy when you do the proper footwork and in a nice split step because you're in a good balanced position. Here, we're balanced. Here, we're balanced. We're not falling all over the place. We're under control. Split step, left foot forward on the forehand volley, right foot forward on the backhand volley. You'll be in the right position to hit your volleys easily. Critical to learn this footwork. Now that we have the proper footwork, now we want to know what we want to do with our volleys. What's the stroke like? Too many people on their strokes, it's a swinging rather than a punching motion. I want you to understand the volley is a punching motion. That's why I like to slap my front foot down to remind me it's not the long swinging motion like my ground strokes. It's a very short punching motion. Once we get in that proper grip, proper footwork, all it is notice my arms. I'll let you look from this angle just so you can kind of see my arms. It's very important to see how far out in front they are. Too many people come in with their elbows down at their body, and by the time they open up, the contact is way back behind them. You don't want this. You actually want to attack that ball from here, open your racket up, left foot forward, contact point, notice, is clear out in front. I like to tell people, try to see the ball hit the strings from behind the racket. That's how far out in front you want to make contact. So from here, I'm split step, my left foot's forward on my forehand volley. I watch that ball, nice control of the head. My head stays still so it's not moving all over, but I actually keep still so I can see the ball hit the strings. And it's a very short motion. It's not the long swing. It's not a slap. It's a punch. Just from your forward motion, a nice firm wrist, you'll have all the power you ever need on your volleys. You don't have to swing to try to generate power. Actually, it'll work the opposite if you swing, because no one's timing is good enough to swing and hit. Well, let me say, there are a few people. Agassi hits a swinging volley, but most of us can't hit like Agassi. We want to hit nice, controlled volleys. We don't have to swing in order to generate the power. We can punch the ball away all we need to. So from that ready position or the split step here, left foot forward, attack that ball out in front. Notice my left hand. That's another thing that's critical. That helps me get turned sideways, my shoulders sideways. The left foot gets my hip sideways. My left hand out in front gets my shoulders sideways. Plus it helps me stay nice and balanced. Okay? So it's from here, split step, left foot forward, catch that ball out in front, and punch the ball. Do not swing. If you do this, your forehand volley will go exactly where you want it to go. You'll be able to punch it to the right direction. You'll be able to control it exactly where you want it to be. You won't lose control. You won't be afraid. It's simple. Someone could serve at you as hard as they can serve, and you can punch the ball exactly where you want it to go. You don't have to be afraid up here. This is a great place to be. It's a great place to hit a lot of winners and win a lot of easy points. So again, one more time, forehand volley, split step, left foot forward, short motion, maybe 4 to 6 inches at the very most, and punch through that ball. Nice little punching motion. It's not hard to do. Learn the footwork, learn the body position, and learn to punch, and your volleys will become a great stroke, one that you're going to want to hit. Now let's look at the forehand volley from the side view. As we go from our split step, we're going to step forward with our left foot. Notice as I'm turning, my racket head is laid back. It's at this point horizontal with the net and laid back about 10 degrees. We don't want to lay it back too far here or the ball is going to shoot off. We're going to hit the ball really long. We're not going to keep control of the ball. And then if we have it closed, it's going to be hitting the ground before we hit it over. Lay it back maybe 10, 15 degrees, not too far. So as we get ourselves turned sideways, notice I have nice balance with my left hand. I catch that ball out in front, and it's a nice short 4 to 6 inch on the punch is all it's going to be. It's a very short motion. It's not the long swinging motion. One of the biggest problems you'll see is this. This is what I see out constantly. People are here, number one, their elbows are down here, then they lay their racket back, and they're wondering why they're having trouble volleying, because they're kind of swinging through the ball, and everything is late. If we want to be aggressive, we want to go out and pounce that ball. I like to use the term like a tiger pouncing its prey. Out in front, lay the racket back, attack that ball out in front, nice and short, and keep your head on the ball. Very short. Do not go through a swinging motion. One more time. Split step, left foot forward, punch that ball out in front. Keep control of the ball. It's a very easy stroke if we do it properly. Get your feet in the right position, get your racket head out in front, and go attack that ball. You'll have control. You'll do what you want with it. Now we need to know what we want to do on the backhand volley. Once we have our feet in position, it's important to know what we want to do with the racket. Once again, let me give you the shot from this angle so that you can see how far out in front the racket is. You want to make sure that racket head is up, your arms are out in front, and then once you take the racket back, as you're getting yourself turned sideways, all we do is take the racket back. Notice my left elbow. This is going to be the critical elbow on our backhand volley. If that left elbow is down, what happens is our racket head gets pulled back. With the left elbow up, our racket head stays out in front on a nice horizontal to the net. So it's here, left elbow's up, racket faces up. Again, the racket head is laid back only 10 to 15 degrees. It's not wide open or closed. That's when we lose control. 10 to 15 degrees. Right foot forward, short punch, maybe 4 to 6 inches. It's not long. It's not a swinging motion. It's a short punch, 4 to 6 inches. Everything is out in front. We're attacking that ball out in front. Gain the confidence up in the net and you'll be able to attack the ball. Once you attack the ball is easy to control. It's a matter of feeling comfortable here. If you're here and your weight's back, what happens? Our racket face opens, the balls pop up. That's why people want to get us scared up at the net. They want us to run away from the net so our racket's up and we've lost control of the ball. If we're here moving forward, we're under control. Head again is nice and still, watching the ball hit the strings from out in front, making contact and controlling that ball exactly where we want it to go. Let me show you from this angle so you'll see from if you were my opponent. We go from my split step. Right foot forward, rackets out in front, and punch. Very short. again, I like to slap with my front foot to remind me it's not a swinging motion, it's a punching motion. Here, very short, I'm punching the ball. That will give you plenty of power. And with the backhand volley, it's such a comfortable stroke. It's nice and easy. Left elbow's up, contact the ball out in front. Here, right foot forward, left elbow up, contact points out in front. Short motion. Okay, that contact point, short motion, and everything working forward will give you the forehand and the backhand volley that we want. One more time. Again, get comfortable with this. Split step, right foot forward, punch. Very simple stroke when it's done properly. We don't swing. We don't try to control the ball. We punch the ball exactly where we want it to go. Pounce it like a tiger pouncing its prey. You'll be aggressive, you'll gain the power, you'll gain the control, and you'll knock the other people back and take over the net. You gain control of the net in singles or in doubles, you're going to win many, many more points. There's one thing I want to point out that's very important. Oftentimes we look at proper form and then look at the reality of our match play and realize we can't always get into proper or perfect form, especially up at the net where the balls come back and forth so quickly. What we try to do teaching proper form is make sure that you have good balance and get your hips and everything in the proper position. Once you understand the form, even when you're not in the perfect position, you're still able to get in a position where you can block the ball, make sure that the body weight is going forward, and make sure you're in a nice balanced position. That's very important to understand. No matter whether it's tennis, the martial arts, baseball, any other sport, basketball, many times we're not in that perfect position, yet we have to be able to be adequate enough to do something with it even when we're not in that perfect position. So we learn good balance. So that ball's coming at you quickly. You may not be able to get all the way across and catch that ball way out in front and look perfect every time. Yet you're going to be able to go quickly, boom, get it here, boom. You might have to catch some where the stance is open, but still, nice, solid, balanced base. Catch that ball out in front. Nice short motion. We're still able to stay in control. Realize that when we're not in great position, those are not the times to attack and try to put a ball away. Those are the times to play a little more defensive, to keep the ball in play, so we can get in that proper position, bam, put the ball away, the point's over. Very important to understand. So understand when we teach you this, I'll teach you that proper form, teach you how to get in the right balance, yet when you get out and play, you're going to have to make a few adjustments, but try to understand the form is going to keep you in position and keep those points going. Now we've given you the fundamentals of your ultimate volley, the contact point, the proper grip, proper footwork, where to attack the ball out in front and to punch through the ball. What I want to do now is teach a little drill on control, actually being able to hit the ball where we want to hit it. I watch constantly people around the club and other places that I go, and it's amazing how many people have put away volleys or volleys in great position to do something with them, angle them off. And what they do is they just push the ball back to their opponent. They don't do anything with their volleys. This drill actually works on being able to control the ball, push the ball exactly where you want it to go. In this drill, what we'll be concentrating on is keeping the ball out in front. First one we're going to do is go forehand to forehand volley. When you practice, no matter what stroke we're working on, make sure that you practice with a purpose. Try to hold proper form during practice so that will go over into your matches. But go out and practice proper form. So the first volley, the drill again is going to be forehand to forehand volleys. I brought my assistant today. His name's Rusty. He's going to help me out with this. So right here we'll just go forehand to forehand volley. Just really work on control to keep that ball under control. Really work on your feet getting in position. So much of this game is about getting your feet in proper position, getting it into your mind and into the body to where you understand that being up at the net is not a scary thing. Miss the ball again, just put another one back in play. But it's nothing more than taking the ball out of the air, keeping the ball controlled and going where you want it to go. But try to get your balls, go for maybe 10, 15 in a row, and then move on to the next one. Again, control forehand to forehand volleys. It's not much to it when it's done properly. And when you feel comfortable and know you can hit the ball where you want it to go, you won't be so scared to come up to the net. Thanks, Rusty. Now we're going to move on to backhand volleys. Again, use proper form. Backhand to backhand. Goodness, we've got to get down. You need to just bend those knees. If the ball's low, you go down to it. Too many of us just try to reach over. Just keep that ball under control. We don't want to do too much with it. Again, this is not about putting balls away. Backhand to backhand. Look at the contact point. Watch your feet. And then, Rusty, make sure you don't drop that wrist. Keep it all under control. That's beautiful. We just want to go through the proper stroke, get it into our muscle memory so that we can hit that ball exactly where we want it to go. Not quite so hard, just controlled. There we go. Beautiful. Now we're going to change it up a little bit. It's the typical butterfly drill, which what I'll do is have Rusty hit all of his volleys cross court. I'll hit all my volleys down the line. It's very important to understand that when we're doing this, just by changing the angle of our racket as we're punching through, it'll punch right where we want it to go. If I want to go cross court, I angle it off. It goes right cross court where we want to. We get rid of that swinging motion, we'll actually have control over the ball and it'll go where we want it to go. These drills are great for that. Forehand to forehand, backhand to backhand. Now, cross court to down the line. So move forward just a little bit for me, Rusty. I'll give it down the line, you go cross court. Down the line, cross court, just controlled. Watch the feet. Every time we get in position, we split step, get right back to ready position, ready for the next shot. The hands and racket head do not drop. The racket head stays up. We keep the ball under control. Right out in front, watch that ball. Keep the ball under control. Nice and easy. It's just a simple shot. It's not a big swing. It's just a punching motion. That ball's low. We actually bend down for it. We keep the ball controlled. Look at that. It's going exactly where we want it to go. Beautiful. Watch that ball right out in front. Good. Once we feel comfortable with that pattern, we change it up. Now I'll hit cross court. Rusty will hit down the line for me. There we go. Just by changing that racket, nice and easy. And it's not that much. We can hit those beautiful angles that we want to hit at the net. And it's all by feeling comfortable up here. You want to feel comfortable up at the net. Realizing that we can put that ball exactly where we want it to go. Beautiful. Nice. Good shot. Oh, I got you. All right, that's a great start. But go through these basic drills. They'll help you tremendously to keep the ball under control, hitting the ball exactly where you want it to go. These drills are great for that. Feeling comfortable that the ball actually, when you keep that firm wrist and punch through, doesn't just go flying on you. But you have control and it'll go exactly where you want it to go. You gain control of the ball up at the net. You become comfortable up here. You're going to win so many more points and so much quicker than you would before. You'll stop just pushing those balls back to your opponent. You'll actually go up and do something with them. That's what we want with our ultimate volley. We want you to come up to the net, feel comfortable, put that ball away when you should, and not have to hit those extra shots or run back or whatever you have to do because we don't feel comfortable up here. Learn the technique, learn the form, work good footwork, get out and practice. Forehand to forehand, backhand to backhand, cross court down the line, cross court down the line. Switch it up so everyone goes through the proper form, proper techniques, and all the different shots so you feel comfortable with all of them. The next drill we're going to run is called mini court tennis. I really think this is a drill that too few people run. What we're trying to do here now is keep the ball inside the 2 service boxes. Anything out of the service boxes is considered out. What we're trying to do now is feel comfortable on the court, feel comfortable up at the net, feel comfortable moving our opponent around and putting balls away. Not hard, but putting the balls away, maybe at better angles, nice touch shots after we've pulled them off the court. So in this drill, this really works on that, working comfortable up around the net. So again, what we're trying to do is here, control. I moved them around nice on that one. We just get it started, take the ball, half volley if you need to, get there, try to work angles, get down to the ball if it's low. We're trying to work the person around. Here we go, nice. Angle it off. Again, what you want to do is feel comfortable up here with anything you might be needing to hit. You want to move your opponent around. You want to set them up to put a ball away. And we need to know you don't have to only put the ball away by killing it. You can do it with touch as well. Again, once you do this enough times, you start understanding how to hit angles, how to control, how to cut angles off. We want to be able to hit hard. We want to be able to hit with touch. Look what I'm doing. I'm getting angles. I'm cutting the court off. I'm pinching. It's called pinching the court off, making it smaller by cutting down the angle that he has to hit back at. Push to a corner. Look at, I've got everything covered. He goes cross. It's an easy put away. You don't have to do much with it. Notice how I'm moving him around. Look at the angle. Did you see that last angle? It's very important that we understand angles in this game. All an angle is very similar to if you're shooting pool. Yeah, if you're going off the board and into a pocket, it's the same angle in tennis. If I'm attacking that ball forward, all I have to do is cut my racket in this position. The ball will come right off my racket, right to the place I want it to go. Right here, right off my racket, right to where I want to go. Backhand's the same. Cut the angle off sharp. All I do is put the racket out in front. It's very simple. We make this angle, the angles, way more difficult than they need to be. If we understand, all we're doing is blocking it to the proper place and putting our racket in that position to work angles. It's just like our math teachers in high school always used to tell us, math will come in handy your whole life. And in this case, they're really telling the truth. Angles are very important in tennis. We understand how to move people around and cut those angles off and put that ball at the proper position to hit the angle that we want. It's very simple. So let me show you one more. Let's just move him around a little bit, put the ball away. The angle, we're just trying to push him out of position. Come to that point, push it wide, push the angle. Look at that angle. I don't have to do much. It's just a matter of pushing it right where I want. That's a nice little half volley. Don't swing, go down, just push the ball where you want. Now we're going to talk real quickly about the importance of the angles and the volume position for the angles. It's very easy. Again, let me show from this position, from the ready position. If I want to hit an angle to the right side, or my left side, your right side, all I have to do is take my racket out to that position. The ball will come off the racket, go right to the angle that I want it to. Backhand's the same way. Cut a nice angle, I just go out in front, I push right off the racket, right to the perfect angle. It's very simple as long as we don't try to do too much with it. Too often we get out there and people try to swing at it. Or here, try to get that ball over there. It doesn't work. It's nice and controlled. Everything is about control up at the net. Control your body, control the ball, attack, do what you want with the ball. but we have to know that we're going to take control. Whether we want to hit an angle, push the ball deep, go in, put the ball away, attack and put the ball away. It's getting my feet in position, the body in position, so I can hit what I want to do. So I can't stress enough the importance of getting that racket out in front so I can do anything I want with it. Back deep, cut the angle off. Back deep, cut the angle off. Or get up, put the ball away. Whatever you need to do, it's very simple if you're using correct form. Now we've gone over a lot of the volleys, but I want to get a little more in depth on hitting the low volley or the half volley. Those are the two toughest volleys you have to hit. And when you start playing against the better players, they're going to drive the ball lower over the net, closer to your feet. It's so critical on these volleys to not just reach down here to get them. You actually have to bend your knees. Keep that good volley position. Get those knees all the way down. Get yourself down to that ball. If you have to, get your back knee touching the ground if it needs to get low and that low. You've got to get down to the ball. The other thing that happens on the half volley is people try to hit it more like a ground stroke, and they do too much with it. What I suggest is on your half volleys, do the same thing we're trying to do with our low volley. Push the ball back deep. And with a half volley, it's exactly what it talks about. It's not a half ground stroke. It's called a half volley for a reason. It's because as you hit, all you're doing is doing the exact same volley position. Continental grip, rackets laid back maybe 10, 15 degrees, maybe more depending on how close you are to the net. But you've got to just get there, take it off the bounce, and push that ball back to where it needs to go, back deep. Don't try to come up and kill it and swing or get risky with it. That's when we run into problems and don't have that complete control that we want to have. So what we want to do then again is just keep the body position where it is, get your knees down to that ball, half volley, take it off the ground, and we want to push it back up the line if it's a single shot, cross court if it's a double shot, but you're trying to push the ball back deep. Don't swing and try to kill the ball. You're not having to hit a winner here. You're trying to advance closer to the net and get them to pop the ball up. Put the ball away when they give you the chance to put the ball away. If you push it back deep, you'll catch them on their back foot. That's when the ball will pop up a little bit. If you're pushing the ball short, the ball's going to be on you so quick, you're not going to get that punch, that control, and that power on the volleys that you want to. Up here, we want to take control. I've had someone tell me one time that a couple things in life: work every day you possibly can, and anytime you get your name on real estate, never take it off. In tennis, it's kind of the same. As soon as you get up to the net, you're taking over the real estate. Don't back out of that real estate. You want to keep forward and keep control of the real estate. So keep moving forward. A half volley and low volley does that for us. It's not a shot to put away. It's a shot to continue in to get that ball up so we can close in, put that ball away very easily. So one more time through it. Continental grip. All we do is from the ready position, if it's my forehand half volley, I'm going to go down to the ball, watching the ball hit my strings. I don't want to keep my head up or I'm going to pop it into the net. I want to keep my head down, nice and still, watching the ball hit the strings and push it right where I need it to go. Again, very short, maybe 4 to 6 inches is all the swing is. We're just directing that ball. And depending on if we're going to the cross court, it's just like a pool shot. Think about coming cross court, we get that angle, we push that ball right back. Nice and easy, just push that ball right back, get ready, close in a little more, get that ball put up, bam, put the ball away. You've won the point. So now I'm going to have Rusty hit me a few balls just so I can work on my half volleys. I want to catch that ball just off the bounce, and I'm first going to work on my forehand half volley. Okay, Rusty, go ahead and hit a few balls to me. Come forward, just punch that ball. Now we're going to work on a drill where I can work on my low forehand half volleys as well as my low volleys. Rusty's going to feed some balls to me, and watch as I get down to the ball and advance. Get down to the ball, advance. Get myself in a better position to hit the ball and put the ball away. This drill really should be run somewhere around the service line. This is probably where you're going to get a lot of your half volleys and the lower volleys. so you can advance closer to the net, get the ball popped up, put the ball away. All right, Rusty. There we go. Get forward, move. Nice. That's it. So in singles, I'm going to control that ball back up the line. Try to get that ball deep so that I can keep the next ball to get popped up. If that ball's low, I go get it. If I get it there, I go get it. It's just control. Notice it's not a long stroke. It's an easy stroke, and I'm watching the ball to the strings every time. Get down to that ball. Good. And then the backhand side is going to be identical. You're going to do the exact same thing. Off the backhand side, it's out in front, half volley is very short motion. Low volley, bend, get down to that ball. Same exact plays, control. Go down, same technique. Half volley, get up there, get down to that ball. We're not doing much with it. We're just pushing the ball where we want, back deep, so we can continue on into the net. We don't do a lot with it. Too often, most players try to do too much with their backhand half volleys or their backhand low volleys, and that's when they run into trouble. All right, a little harder, please, and a little deeper. That's it, good. Good. Get up to that ball. Ball's down, get down to it. Don't be lazy. Yeah, you see that one? I just reached over and didn't go down to. So important to get down to the ball and keep your head on the ball. See it to the strings. Notice the motion is very simple. I don't want a long, drawn-out motion. Get down to that ball. Yeah, there we go. Okay, a little deeper. Get down to that ball. A little bit lower. Make me work today. Good. When you go out and practice, you want to get the work. You don't want little lollipop serves or little lollipop shots. Make it as realistic as you can, so in your matches you can handle whatever comes at you. But this is a great drill just to work some random shots so that you're ready, back to the ready position every time. Work on your transition up to the net. It's such an important volley. I truly believe that this is the area that wins points. This is the area that gets us closer to the net to put the ball away. If we don't do anything from this area and hit a nice short ball back to them, we're in trouble. We're on the defense. If we take that ball and we're aggressive moving to the net, we push that ball deep, they're in a situation that they can't hurt us off of. We can close in, bam, put that next ball away. We've got the angle, we can do whatever we want with it. So most of our points in transition, singles and doubles, is going to be won and lost right here. Learn to take those half volleys, learn to take the low volleys, and I promise you, your game will improve. Now we're going to move Rusty back to the baseline, give you the more realistic look at when you've moved up to the net and get a ball from the baseline, a ground stroke. On this, what I'm going to emphasize is getting down to the ball, catching that ball out in front, keeping your head on the ball, not moving it all over the place. So you actually see the ball hitting the strings. And then what we want to do with the ball, a ball below the net, all I'm trying to do is push that back deep to try to get a setup ball, a ball that I can put away. That's what the biggest problem we run into oftentimes is we try to put balls away or try impossible angles when we don't have the shot. If we will keep it simple and keep the ball controlled and just do a certain thing with it, push the ball back deep, ball comes up, close the net, put the ball away, the point's over and you've won it. That's what we're going to work on in this drill. To work on getting down, ball's down, ball gets up, you put the ball away. Do not give them another shot at it. Boom, ball's low, get down to it. Ball's up, boom, ball's high, put the ball away. Don't give someone a second chance if they give you a chance to put it away. Boom. Attack that ball. Go get it out in front. Ball's up, Every time, watch. I make my shot right back to my split step. Make that shot, get ready for the next ball. Always think that the ball's coming back. Too often we think we've hit a perfect shot and a put away. The ball comes back and we're not ready for that next shot. Every ball comes back. Ball's low, back deep, close in, put the ball away. You're setting people up. Set them for that shot. Put them on the defensive. You're in the offensive position here at the net. Push back deep, set up, put the ball away. So this is the basic volley pattern. He hits a good return. I push that ball back deep, trying to get a little closer to the net and hopefully push him back so he pushes up a little higher on the next shot. I can then close in, put the ball away. I don't have to give them another shot. You get into that rhythm, you're going to win so many matches because you're going to be aggressive. I use the term constantly, controlled aggression. Be under control, but always be aggressive. Always want to hit that ball as soon as you can get to it. So use your legs. Get up to that ball, put it away. The ball's down, use your legs again. Don't just reach for the ball. Actually get your knees down there. Get your head down there and just push the ball back. Don't try to do too much with it. Push it back deep to where they cannot hurt you on the next shot. Then you're still under control. You don't go from the offense to the defensive position. You're in control. They pop that next ball up, or maybe it's the next ball. You might have to hit 2 balls deep before you hit the next one and put it away. But be patient and do it. It will win so many matches for you, I guarantee. Now we're going to talk about one other difficult shot. We've already gone through the low volley, the low half volley. Now what do you do with that shot that's coming right directly at your body? As a good player, we're taught to hit at someone's right hip. And most people, their first instinct is try to move to the forehand volley, which if you notice, hit towards the right hip, gets right into the body. You can't cover. What I do on these is hit a backhand volley, all right? Anything at your body, use your backhand, because your backhand can cover almost 3/4 of the shot, from all the way on the backhand side all the way over to part of your forehand volleys. So anything hit at your body, we can cover with the backhand, the volley position. So work on this shot. If you're ever going to cheat one side or the other, definitely cheat towards the backhand side. You want to come back to that perfect ready position each time if possible. But as far as if you're cheating at all one way or the other, make sure it's the backhand side, because this shot here, 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 even all the way under here, you can hit that ball properly and get it back in position. Again, what do we do with it? Back deep, so we can get in a better volley position to go up and take that next one and put it away. So go work on the balls, hit it right at your body. Most players, good players, will try to hit balls right at you or towards that right hip. They may not be trying to hit you, but they're going at your body to try to make sure you don't hit a good shot at them. So what I'm going to do is show you what it looks like. From a good ready position, it's going to be exactly the same as our backhand volley position. Anything right at the body, if you don't have time to move the feet or anything, use that backhand volley. Try to push it back deep. Get yourself in good position to go and get that next ball. So let's go ahead and we'll hit a couple and right at the body, but right out in front. The motion is still the same. We still try to attack that ball out in front if at all possible. Still moving forward, still with the continental grip. The footwork's the same. Okay, now these are some of the mistakes I see when you're trying to go at anything coming at your body. Hopefully I won't get killed by getting hit on some of these, but too often it's trying to find that forehand side. We don't know what we're doing. The ball gets caught. We don't know where we're going to go with it. About that when he sat it up for me, says it'll put it away well. See, down, control, back deep, get back in the position, ready for that next shot. See, anything at that body, it's easy to control. You learn to control the racket face. Then you can do anything you want with the ball. So, of course, the angle of the racket's going to be like on other volleys. It's about 10 to 15 degrees. We don't want to be too open. We don't want to be too closed into the net, open at the back fence. Control that ball. Again, 10 to 15 degrees on the racket face is all we need. Any more than that, we're going to have total loss of control. Notice how I can control all these balls with the backhand side. It's amazing how you can control so much of the court just by this motion right here. I can go inside out back to their forehand. I can open up and go back to their backhand side. I can do whatever I want just by learning that the backhand covers the body. Now we're going to move on to one of the favorite shots of most people, and that's the overhead or the overhead smash. After you've gotten so good up at the net where you can control the volley, you can put the volleys away, people start getting a little afraid of you up there and start throwing up lobs. I'm sure all of you have gotten to that point where you had that lob come up just beautifully, you're sitting right up for it, you've gone up and smacked that thing over the fence or right into the net and just going, what happened? Like most of our shots, the overhead comes down to good form, correct technique. It's very, very important to have correct technique on the overhead. And once you understand it and realize how to hit it, it's an easy shot and then it's a pleasurable shot because you get to win the points in a dramatic fashion, a way that you smash the ball away from people and they're going, wow, he's powerful. First things first is the grip. The grip is the exact same as grip that we use on our volleys. It's the continental grip. So you don't have to change your grip at all. That's a great thing. Everything up at the net is very quick. So once you understand that things are quick and you have that same grip, you can do anything that you need to up here, whether it's a volley or an overhead. So you get up close to the net, people throw the lob up on you. The footwork is critical. Too many people, once that lob goes up, start running back this way. There's a problem. Our feet are built in a way that the platforms are out front. When you run back on your heels, they get caught. You're going to go down. You're going to get hurt. Most people try to catch themselves and break wrists or something. Don't do it that way. Do it the way that will get yourself in the best position to hit the ball with power and in the safest balanced position that you can be in. So as soon as you go from that volley position, as soon as that lob goes up, you do a drop step, which is drop back with your right foot. So you're getting in a position just like our service position. Most everyone has seen the trophies, the tennis trophies, which look like this, where they're pointing up here. I call that the power position, or I'd like to use the term strike the pose. As soon as you get ready and that lob goes up, get in your power position, strike that pose. This left hand is very important. A lot of people don't understand. They just let this left arm just flop around out here, and they don't know that this truly is a very important piece of it. Number one, it keeps your head up. It keeps you focusing on the ball, and then it keeps your chest up. So when we go up to get that overhead, we keep our head chest up so we can reach, snap, and follow through. All right? It's a very simple motion. It's a throwing motion, just like baseball. It's very simple. It's just a throwing motion, and the critical element of it is the snap of the wrist. You have got to learn to snap the wrist. So we go from our ready position here, we go, the lob gets thrown up, we get turned sideways, strike the pose, stop, you plant your back foot when you're ready to stop, which transfers that weight to the forward momentum, stop, reach, snap, follow through across the body, then go in. Hopefully the ball's put away, or you're already in that position ready for a next volley if someone happens to get it back. It's a great shot and an easy shot to hit. I want to hit a couple just so you can take a look at it, and we'll walk through how to do it. From this ready position, we go here, the lob goes up, get turned sideways, reach, snap, and follow through. Go up, the lob goes up, strike the pose, reach, snap, and follow through. Lob goes up, nice short one, reach, snap, and follow through. Go a little bit deeper for me on this next one. Go a little deeper. Anywhere on the court, it's the exact same. Reach, snap, and follow through. A little deeper again. I don't care where it is on the court. As long as you get yourself in correct position, you can hit it. reach, snap, follow through. Strike the pose, reach, snap, and follow through. Keep your head on that ball. Snap and follow through. Now let's look at it from the side view. It's very important. Don't run back with your feet here. Notice, too easy to catch the heels and go back. But do that drop step. As soon as you get the drop step, get up into the power position, which is right here, so that you can drop that racket head down, you can get that full reach and that snap of the wrist. That's the critical thing. Too many people hold the grip in either the Eastern or the semi-Western forehand grip. And as they get up here, they try to snap, and notice the bottom of the racket hits the wrist. You're not able to snap through. That snap through is so critical. With the continental grip, as we reach, we're able to snap all the way through, and that's what gives us the power and the control on our overhead. So get up, get into that power position, or strike the pose. Power position, get that hand up. Another thing this hand will do, if it's in a day that's very, very bright, it can actually block the sun for you so that you can see the ball in a very bright day. Very important. Get that wrist up, plant the back foot, transfer your weight forward, reach, snap, follow through, and get back going towards the net. Get everything going into it. This is the overhead smash, or an overhead. It's got some power behind it. Now it's important that we have a trigger point for our backswing on the racket. It's right back here. The wrist is about at the height of the ear. We don't want our elbow clear down here or racket way down here, because we want to be in a position that as soon as we're ready to attack the ball, we can drive up, reach, snap, and we can follow through. We don't have to go a long, long distance to get there. Timing won't be there. I see some people trying to windmill swing, which is okay, I guess, if you need to just control a volley, but it's much better to be in that power position. Then you can go up and fully attack the ball. Okay, I'm going to hit a few so you can kind of see from the side view what it looks like. Go from the ready position, go ahead, drop step, reach, snap, and follow through. Drop step, reach, snap. Notice the snap of the wrist brings that ball down into the court for us. Get up to it, snap it down. If that ball gets a little behind you, don't pull the arm down. If it gets back behind you, just snap the wrist. So you get up here, just snap of the wrist will bring it back down. If you get back behind you and you try to pull the arm down with it, it's going to go long. You have to get up here, gets behind, snap the wrist, and get back in position. Maybe a little less power than if you get totally set, but get back for that next shot. Plant, reach, and snap. Get up to that ball. Doesn't matter where it is on the court. Throw a little deeper. Exact same motion. Okay, let's review the overhead. This is such a fun shot to hit because you're able to hit with power and still have it under control. The continental grip, that's going to be critical for the wrist snap. From that ready position, get yourself turned sideways, adjust into the power position, adjust back to the ball. Plant your back foot when you're ready to start moving the momentum forward. Reach, snap, follow through across the body. When you're practicing this shot, I like to do and go up and touch the net. That's very important. So you get used to moving backward and hitting your overhead. Too many people practice their overhead and are already standing back here, and they really don't even have to move their feet. It's very important to learn to move your feet so that you're in the right position to hit this shot. It's easy when you get yourself in the right position, but most people don't hit lobs exactly where you want them to every time. So you're having to adjust with your feet to get in the right position. So as you're working at it, move up to the net, tap the net, have your partner throw the lob up, then you get in that position to move back, plant, reach, snap, and follow through. As soon as you do that, you work on this technique, it'll become second nature to you. You'll be able to hit overheads from the baseline, midcourt, right up on top of the net. Still have good power, still have good control. Go practice it. It'll become such a fun shot as soon as you're able to put it in play and put it away for a winner. There's a point on our high volleys where it changes from a high volley to actually a backhand overhead. It's very important to understand that. A high volley is pretty much as high as you can reach right up in here. That's the short volley motion. Once it gets a little too high for you, it's important. The footwork goes like this. We go from our normal volley, the ready position, to our high volley position. From there we go and actually turn our back to the net. We go back. The motion itself is the arm is straight, and all we're trying to do is snap the wrist. Just like when an overhead gets back behind us on this side, we want to reach up and just snap it down into the court. We do the same thing from the back side. A backhand overhead. Pretty difficult shot to hit, but it's not that difficult once you understand it's not anything different than trying to slap the wrist backward to get the ball down into the court. You can actually get quite a bit of pop coming off of it. What I'm going to do is hit a few of them for you, show you the footwork, and maybe you'll see the difference between a high volley here and having to turn, reach, snap that wrist back to get the ball down in. Again, watch the different pace that you can get on just by the snap of the wrist. What you'll notice on this shot is if you're hitting a proper lob over someone's head, you should go over their left-hand side so they don't have all the power. That's what my opponent's trying to do. Push the ball over my left-hand side. In this situation, if I don't have time to get my feet in position for it, I just have to turn my back and go for a backhand overhead instead. Let's go ahead. Turn back, reach and snap. High ball, then we can hit the volley. High ball, hit the volley. Shorter ball, hit the volley. Little deeper, snap it down. Watch the wrist. Just be relaxed. Turn, snap the ball down. Short ball, put it away. Here. As you can see, this is not a weak shot. This is a shot that actually has quite a bit of power just by getting up and snapping that wrist down, similar to a bullwhip. Turn. Short volley, punch the volley. A little higher, snap it down. Oh, got my feet around. Uh-oh. Snap down. High volley, boom, hit the volley. A little deeper, So in review of the backhand overhead, remember you go from a high backhand volley. Now that ball's a little too high. We can't get it with that high backhand volley. The footwork is this. Get ourselves turned sideways, back facing the net because we're having to get back to that ball, reach up, snap that wrist down into the court, and then get back in position, ready to volley again. Let me show you from this angle so you can really see how the footwork works and how the motion is. It's not a high backhand volley. Now it's gotten beyond us. They threw a nice lob up just out of our reach. We're going to have to back up, reach, snap, follow through, get back in position, ready for the next ball. Very important. One more time. We get ourselves turned sideways, back to the net, reach up, snap it, follow, get ourselves back in position, ready for the next shot. Very important to have this shot in your arsenal because that in-between shot, that high backhand volley is very powerful. They're going to throw it over your left shoulder to try to get you out of position so you don't have the powerful overhead. You need to make sure this side you still have enough power that you can stay in control of the point. They haven't gone from the defense to the offense. You're going to be in an offensive posture. Get that shot back in so you're still in an offensive posture, still in control of the point. Very important to work on this shot. Just remember, it's the arm stays straight and it's the snap of the wrist that's critical. That will get it down in for you. The grip itself is just like every other grip around the net. It's the continental grip. Learn that grip. If you can learn that grip, you'll be able to volley, forehand, backhand volley, low balls, high balls, on both sides, the mid-range, half volleys, overheads, and your backhand overhead. All of the shots that we hit around the net are the continental grip. Learn that grip and you'll be so far ahead of other people. Most people try to change and it doesn't work. Learn the proper grip. You'll be able to hit all these shots you need around the net. All right, now you have all the technique necessary to hit the volleys. You know how to come approach, do the split step, do everything else. But what do we do? What position on the court do we actually want to be? One of the biggest mistakes that we make is we hit a good approach shot, and then we go to the middle of the court and we split step, leaving angles on both sides of us, easy passing shots, and a lob over our heads. Too often we approach the net too closely. It's very important to understand once you approach, where to approach and what position to go into to cover the majority of the shots. Let me explain that real quickly. First of all, in singles. In singles, we want to typically approach up the line. So as I'm coming in from back here, I'm going to take the approach shot. Any ball that's short, I'm going to approach, hit it back deep up the line. The reason that I go up the line is in order to cover the shots that he can hit, I use what's called a one-step, one-and-a-half-step rule. The one-step, one-and-a-half-step rule states that within one step across, you can cover the line. Remember, your down-the-line shots or passing shots give you 20% less time to react to. So majority of passing shots are going to go up the line. So within one step, you cover the line. Within 1.5 steps, which is out and forward, we cover just about every cross court that he can hit. The ball has gone to the corner. For the angle to hit a shot right up over into this area right here is such a difficult area to hit. In order for them to hit it, they have to hit a loopy, slowed down topspin stroke in order to get it over the net and into that area. If they can hit that shot, you clap, say great shot, and move on. You've given them the lowest percentage shot in order for them to beat you. So we want to cover the highest percentage shots possible. One more time, let's look at that. We're going to approach up the line. As soon as they're ready to hit, we split step. We cover the one-step, one-and-a-half-step rule. One step covering across. Out and across, we're covering our cross courts. Let me show you the opposite and the incorrect way to do it and show you why we wouldn't want to do this. If I'm approaching cross court, then what happens is in order for me to be in the right position, I have to go all the way across over here to be covering the shot correctly. One step, 1.5 steps in order to cover the court properly. So in order to get in the right position, I've taken about 6 steps to get in position if I approach cross court, and only a couple steps to get in position if I'm approaching up the line. Very important to understand that. That's the reason, in general, if you're going to approach and coming up to the net, in singles, approach up the line. If you're going to approach cross court, you typically better hit a winner off that shot. Maybe if the person is pulled wide off the court, then hit the winner coming across. That's okay. But in general, when we're setting it up, that transition shot or the approach shot, we want to go up the line in singles. One more time. One step, 1.5 step rule. Here, one step across, covering the line, out and across, covering just about every cross court that can be hit. Very, very important to understand this shot. One of the other things I notice in doubles or singles, people come up to the net, they come too close to the net, way too close. What happens up here, one thing is, if you happen to swing across and hit the net, you've lost the point. Too many people actually try to go across and make contact before it comes across the net. That's another thing you might do if you're too close. That's not allowed either. Plus, the other thing that it runs into is it's very difficult to cover any shot cross court because it's too far. You don't have any room to go attack that ball cross court, and you've given them a simple lob up over your head. It's a really bad position. If we're this close to the net, we better be in a position to put that ball away. They don't have a chance to get the next ball. That's why we talked about hitting any ball down below the net back deep. That ball comes above the net. We want to attack forward, put that ball away. Do not give them a second chance to do it. So don't get yourself too close to the net unless you're putting the ball away, because you do not want them to have another shot at it or you're going to get beat. You've given them too many shots. Now in doubles, it's a little bit different. What we do in doubles is we do what's called, you're going to approach cross court instead of down the line, because normally there's a person up at the net down the line. So we want to approach cross court. Maybe I've served, maybe I've returned, and I'm closing in. They're getting ready. I'm approaching cross court. I'm closing in on the net. Remember, the person that is on the cross court actually covers the middle. That's one of the problems that people don't understand. Many times down the middle is the greatest shot you can hit because there's that split second of indecision. I like to call it the hubby-wife play, no communication. Because down the center, they don't communicate on whose ball it is. If you understand that the person on the cross court, if I hit the ball cross court on my approach, it's my responsibility to cover the middle. My partner will cover the line, force them back to the center, where I will cover the middle and cover that shot. Knowing this, any ball coming to the middle, I'm going to be aggressive and go take that ball. I'm not going to allow or think my partner's going to take that unless he happens to sneak over and put a nice ball away at the other person's partner. But it's important to understand, again, what that positioning is. What I try to do in doubles is I try to offset just slightly up at the net. My partner may be about right here, in this position right here, so that they can come across. Again, 1 step, 1.5 step rule, same idea. Nice big step across, I've covered the line. So I don't have to be hugging the line to cover the line. If I do this, I've left my partner with way too much court to cover. That's important to understand. It drives me insane hearing people say, they only passed me up the line 1 time and the rest of the match, they never passed me up the line again. If that happened, I'm thinking, well, of course not. You hugged the line the whole time and you probably lost the match because you were hugging the line and allowing your partner to try to cover the whole court. But what it is force them to think they may have it, but within 1 step cover, 1 step across, I've covered a big part of the court. My partner now is what's called offset. I'm here. I want to be, as a partner, up in this area, pinching the court off, making the court small. So within this, I've covered the middle, and any cross court that they possibly can hit is covered. They cannot hit a shot to this area right there. If you've hit a nice approach back in the deep court, there's no way that they can hit the ball right here. So it's very important. Let them try it. You're going to win the points. So cover the high percentage shots. If you do this, you're going to win way more points because you're covering the court much better. Once you understand how to cover the court, you're going to use way less energy because you've got everything covered without having to run so much to try to run balls down, because you've put them into situations where you can cover within 1.5 or 1 step. So it's very simple to cover the court. If they get a lob up over your head, no problem. You have 3 to 4 seconds to get back to it and get back in the point. So it's not anything to worry about. We just relax up here, learn the 1 step, 1.5 step rule, and you're set. Very important to understand positioning on the court. Once you do, volleying will be so much more exciting. So learn these steps and you'll be in a greater position to win many more points. Like all of my videos, we're now going to move you to the wall. The wall is a great training aid, and with volleys it's the exact same. Get out to the courts 15-20 minutes early before your match, before a tournament match, before your club match, and work on the wall. Get out there, get your body warmed up. Work on proper technique, work on the rhythm, work on making sure you're contacting the ball cleanly. The volleys are a very good thing to work on the wall because you can just keep the ball in the same place and work on keeping the ball under control. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure our grip is proper, which is the continental grip, forehand volley, backhand volley. Continental grip's the same grip. So then the other thing we'll work on is our feet, making sure that each time we're moving to the ball properly, if at all possible. If not, the ball's right at us, we have to guard, and the ball's coming right at us, we can go at the one that comes at the body. We can practice all the strokes that we'll be able to hit. You'll actually also be able to work on your half volleys. So let's get up to the wall, start maybe about 10 feet from the wall to begin with, just so you can get the touch and the feel. Just nice and easy. Keep that ball under control. But notice, watch that ball hit the strings. Get your knees to where they're starting to bend and get your body in the correct position. So you're able to work that ball. Keep that ball under control. The ball's low, get down and get it. This is the greatest place to get your body ready for your match. If you lose control of it, grab it again. Just get it controlled. You don't have to try to blast. I always see people out on the wall, and what they try to do, it looks like they're trying to knock the wall down rather than use it the way that it should be. Just use it to get your body controlled and get your strokes feeling proper. Nice and easy. Ball's low, keep it controlled. Nice and controlled. Ball's down on the half volley, go down and get it. But just keep that ball controlled at you. Remember, open up and keep that ball against the wall. Just keep the ball under control. Work on some backhands. Work on some right at the body. Get turned sideways. Work on your forehand. But keep it controlled. Once you feel comfortable with that, you can start speeding up a little bit just to work reactions so that the ball is controlled. If you lose control of it, it doesn't matter. Just start again. That ball's low, work on the half volley. It's the same as the volley. Keep it controlled. And notice the motion. It's not a swinging motion. This is just a punching motion. It's very short, maybe 4 to 6 inches is all. Too many problems come when we start trying to time it out and trying to hit that ball and with a big swing. At the net, you don't have that much time. If you have a big swing, too often that ball is going to be back by you before you have a chance to get back in position for the next shot. First things first, let's review the technique. The first thing we want to do is make sure that we have the proper grip, which is the continental grip, or the V of the hand on platform number 1 on the racket grip. Then we want to make sure that we work proper footwork. Footwork is so important on the overheads. We start out in the ready position. As soon as we see that ball go up, we want to get ourselves turned sideways or drop step. Drop that step back, get ourselves into the power position so we can adjust ourselves here, forward and back depending on where the overhead is. Next thing is we reach, snap that wrist. That's going to be critical. Snap the wrist at the top and follow through across the body. Okay, so that's the technique. Now how do we do it on the wall? Again, remember, you have to hit before the wall, maybe 3-4 feet, so that the wall works as your backboard to throw that lob back up so you can hit another overhead. We want to go proper timing, proper technique, just through that motion, over and over, nice and smooth. Be relaxed. Let that wrist really snap. So start out around the service line. Then we want to go just down to the ground and back up. Nice and easy. If you lose control, it doesn't matter. Grab another ball and go through. We're just trying to keep the ball controlled, work on snapping of the wrist. As you hit harder, you actually will have to start backing up. So go down to the ground. As it's harder, start backing up. Again, down to the ground. Snap it down. Snap down. Proper form, snap down. Snap it down, but keep that ball controlled. Notice the full reach, the snap at the top, and straight down into the court. Then it's totally controlled. Adjust and really work on adjusting those feet to get your body in the correct position. Work on the wall on your overheads. Work on the wall on all of your strokes. And you'll be ready for your matches. You'll be able to hit the ball better, and you'll really get used to snapping that wrist, which is critical on these overheads. Get out and work it, and you will improve. Now we're going to move you to the ball machine. The ball machine is such a great way to work on your timing and your rhythm and the perfect form. The first thing that we're going to work out on the ball machine today is my low volleys below the net. What I'm trying to do is get myself down. So here I'm in my ready position. I want to make sure I get down to the volley. It's below the net, so I'm trying to push that ball back deep, remembering what I'm trying to do. Very important when you're doing this. You know where the ball is going to come. Work on proper form. Work on attacking that ball out in front and just punching it back to where you want it to be. Keep that ball under control. Notice it's out in front. Watch the ball to the strings. That's what I wasn't doing. Normally the shot back here is not going to be your put-away shot. This is a setup shot. You're trying to go back deep with whatever ball you get here. Either a half volley or a ball out of the air. Just try to go back deep to get yourself so you can move back in. But forehand, a backhand, and the ball at the body. Notice the ball at the body is just opening up. It's a backhand volley. Once you understand that, it's very easy to hit back, and it won't scare you to be up there when they hit right at you. All right, now you've had a great workout on the ball machine. Now let's do a quick review. Here's some quick tips. From the ready position, get that racket out in front. Split step, get ready so you can go forehand volley or backhand volley quickly. Get those arms extended away from the body so that you can attack that ball out in front, not letting that ball get on you. On the forehand volley, it's continental grip. All we do is open up, step forward and punch with the front left foot forward, catching that ball out in front. It's not a swinging motion. It's a short punch, maybe 4 to 6 inches at the longest. Just keep that ball controlled. Your forward momentum will give you all the pop you need. Backhand volley, same thing. Continental grip, open up, right foot forward, nice pump, or nice punch. Left elbow is up to keep that racket head out in front, not down, pulling the racket head back. It's up, keeping that racket face out in front. And any ball coming right at your body. Very simple. All you do is open up. Look it. We can control anything here and cover anything at our body with the backhand side. So it's just opening up and pulling the elbow out. Notice we can even cheat a little bit and get those shots to get us back in position. If you're ever going to cheat, cheat to the backhand side slightly. But anything at the body is covered very easily with a backhand volley, so you don't have to be afraid anymore. Get out there, work on your volleys. I promise you, if you get out on the ball machine once or twice a week, work on good form, you will find you're so much more comfortable from the service line forward. You won't have to fear coming to the net. You'll actually become a force up here. Go out and practice. There you have it. I've really enjoyed working with you on this tape. Now you have all the technique, all the form necessary to become a force up at the net. Forehand volleys, backhand volleys, volleys at the body, the overhead. We've got everything you need to feel comfortable moving from the service line forward. Get out and practice it. I know we've gone over a lot of different techniques and a lot of form. That's the beauty of these DVDs. You can go back, recover, review, do the things you need to get that into your mind and get out and practice it so you can get it into your muscle memory. I promise you, if you will do this, I've given you the techniques to become a force up here so you won't be scared any longer. You will enjoy coming to the net, enjoy putting balls away from all parts of the court, taking them out of the air, whether it's the overhead or the volleys, and even the half volleys. You're going to feel so comfortable that you'll be able to do exactly what you want with it and put the balls away. You're going to enjoy this. Get out and practice.